Hello and welcome to Weekly MTG. I'm your host, Blake Rasmussen, and we have my favorite kind of show on the docket for today. We're opening product. We're opening The Lord of the Rings, Tales of Middle-earth today, and we're going to walk through kind of what's in collector boosters, set boosters, draft boosters, what the different slots are, what you can get where. We'll answer your questions. I'll have chat up. It'll be fun. We're going to hang out and open packs and talk about the whole thing. And people are going to harangue me about opening the one-of-one ring. It's not going to happen. But we're going to talk about everything, where the slots are, what you can get, all that sort of jazz. Before we get to that, we have a bit of news. Going up right now on magic.gg, if you head over to that website, is information about MagicCon Las Vegas. So that is coming up, believe it or not, September 22nd to the 24th. We have all the amazing things at a MagicCon at MagicCon Las Vegas. We've got the preview panel. We'll be having play events. We'll be having all kinds of amazing things at MagicCon Las Vegas. It will be themed after Wilds of Eldraine. And something really cool that is new for MagicCon Las Vegas is what we are calling the Las Vegas, or the $100,000 limited open at MagicCon Las Vegas. There's an article about that at magic.gg as well. But for fans of large open field limited tournaments, this is for you. So the event is capped at 2,000 people, and you do need a badge to enter. But if you do that and you get in those 2,000, it is a 3-day open event with first prize taking home $20,000, and at least 8 people will get Pro Tour invites coming out of this large open field event. The format will be Lord of the Rings Limited. It'll be day 1 sealed, making sure I get all this right. Oh, sorry, this is at Vegas. So this is Wilds of Eldraine sealed. So day 1 on Friday, September 22nd will be sealed deck, Wilds of Eldraine, 8 rounds of Swiss. Players with 18 or more match points will move on to day 2, which will be 2 separate 3-round drafts. And if you get in the top 8, you will play on Sunday in a single elimination draft. Again, first prize is $20,000, second prize $10,000, on from there. If you head to magic.gg, all of those details will be there. But it's a large open event, and it's going to be super fun for people who love those sorts of competitive things. All right. Let's move on to cracking some packs. So we'll go to the overhead shot here. I got 2 collector boosters, I got draft boosters, I got set boosters. We're going to start with collector boosters and talk about the different slots and go from there. And I will try to keep an eye on chat as we're cracking these packs and answer questions. Does Magic the Prevalence, Universes Beyond, and the Netflix series have nothing to do with each other? So they're not related. Am I going to open the one-of-one ring? Really unlikely. That's just not something I ever do. I don't open that well. All right, so I'm going to pull up the details. We're going to talk through the slots. So out of every box, of course, there's going to be a Realms and Relic box topper. So these are all going to, when they're in the single thing here, they are going to come in foil. Now you can get non-foil versions of these inside the collector boosters, which we will talk about. But I'm going to open this one, and we'll see what we get here. So Osgiliath Fallen Capital, also known as Core Haven. Let me get that up there. So that is that box topper. Gorgeous. All right. Has the product been searched to guarantee you not opening it? No, it hasn't. You saw me open the wrapping on stream, so we're doing it live. All right, so we're going to open this. We're going to talk through all of this. And all right, I'm going to hold off answering questions, looking at chat for a moment, just so that I can accurately talk through all the slots in this pack. So on the back, you're going to find a double-sided token. So here we got food and ballistic boulder. Set that, and I'm a little bit off. There we go. Okay. So that's the box stopper. We can set that over here for now. It's pretty. All right. So the first 4 slots are going to be traditional foil commons, as you might be used to in the collector booster, with a slight twist. So that 4th slot almost always is going to be a traditional foil common. However, if you do open the 1 of 1 ring, or if you open one of the serialized soul rings, it's actually going to be in that 4th slot of traditional foil commons. So we're going to put these up here. Smite the Deathless, Woe's Pathfinder. So if anything special is here, okay, it's common. All right. Then what you're going to get are 2 foil uncommons. Here's Denethor. If you follow me on Twitter, I did name this one of the best cards for Canadian Highlander. It's got some things going for it. Gorebag of Minas Morgul. Boom. All right, and then we get the map lands. So here's one of the forests. I unabashedly love these. All right, and then Elven Chorus. So this next slot is a traditional foil, rare, or mythic. Okay, so rare, mythic, right there. And then we come to the extended. So the extended section. So the extended art cards are collector booster exclusives. So this next slot is the non-foil main set rare or mythic extended. So main set, and then it's going to be followed by, oops, jumped ahead, non-foil extended, but from either the commander set or the starter kit. This is Elrond of the White Council, one of the commander cards. So then we're going to get a non-foil showcase uncommon. So this slot can also be one of the Nazgul. So there are 9 Nazgul with different art, and this slot can be one of the Nazgul, which are also uncommon. So non-foil, showcase, or Nazgul. And then, so this slot has a number of options. We're still in the non-foil section, so this can be borderless, which this one is not a showcase ring, or a borderless box stopper, which this one is. So this is the slot where you can get one of the box stoppers. So this is Redhorn Pass, also known as Mouth of Ronem. So that is non-foil. And then my favorite part of the set, I'm trying to collect all of these scene cards. I think I don't have this one actually. So this is the Grey Havens. So this slot is a non-foil borderless scene card. So you will always get a scene card of any rarity in this slot here. Here we have the Grey Havens. All right, and then we have the 2 last slots are foil slots. So there is a foil. It's going to be an uncommon, and it's going to be either the showcase ring, a Nazgul, or it can be a borderless scene. Again, common or uncommon for the borderless scene. So you can get scene cards here. And then the final slot, which I always call the fancy slot. So this is going to be foil, and it's going to be, let's see if we can get that. We got the Shire here. You can get the alternate border rare mythic, so any of the alternate borders, including this one. And you can also get a Surge Foil box topper in this slot here. All right. Let's keep going. All right, again, so the token's going to be at the back. There's the front. So we got a treasure token, some food, lots of food in this set. All right, 4 commons. Again, I'll show the commons. All right, so 1, 2, and again, all right, I'm going to stop being, we'll just be pleasantly surprised on that 4th slot from now on if something weird pops up, but chances are low. Rosy Cotton, okay. Then we get the map land. Again, unabashedly love these. I already have one Lord of the Rings focused commander deck planned, and I've already got a bunch of lands for it going. All right, so then we hit foil, main set, rare or mythic. No special border. This is Mines of Moria. Why are commons in a collector booster at all? Because they're foil. So lots of players love to collect foils. There are certainly commons that are good outside of draft. So it is the fastest way to collect foils in commons and uncommons. Now you have seen as time has gone on, we've kind of shrunk the number of commons for exactly that reason, but it's still the easiest and best way to collect common foils quickly. All right, and so now we're over here. So main set, extended art, non-foil. So there's Faithful Strike. Yes, scene cards can come in foil. Okay, Sultan of Gileath. This is a commander card. Actually, no, this is a starter deck card. Apologies. All right, and then we have an uncommon showcase, Gimli, Counter of Kills. And then here we have non-foil, rare or mythic. So this is this slot again. There are multiple things that can be in this slot, including Showcase Ring, Sauron, the Dark Lord. And then we get to our scene card. So Nasty End, non-foil scene card. That's this slot over here. And then, okay, so here's an example. So this foil slot here, which is a common or uncommon, here's one of the scene cards, Many Partings. We'll talk about the set and the draft boosters in a moment when we get to them. And then the final fancy slot, here we have foil, Samwise Gamgee. It's always going to be a rare mythic, and it's going to be one of the special treatments. In this case, the ring. All right. Can the extended art commander cards come in foil? Yes, they can. In this slot. Sorry, this slot. Any alt border rare mythic can come in this slot. Do we know who's running MagicCon Las Vegas? So I think this is a question about some of the issues we had at the last MagicCon Las Vegas. Anyone who's been, so it's the same group running MagicCon Las Vegas, MagicCon Minneapolis, MagicCon Philadelphia in the past year. Same group, same people. We've just made improvements every time, and it's consistently gotten better. And I expect MagicCon Las Vegas will continue to get better. So if that question is getting at what I think it's getting at, which are some of the challenges we faced at Vegas, don't worry. Those have been and will be addressed. Boom. All right. 3, 4, Nimble Hobbit. All right, uncommon, Elvish Restoration, Entish Restoration, Golem, Patient Plotter. It's a little hard to see way down there. It's dark, which is appropriate. We've got Rohan and Gondor on this mountain. What is my favorite legendary in the set and why? That's really hard for me. I love a lot of them for a variety of reasons. Tom Bombadil definitely has a place in my heart. That was the first card I saw from the set. It was the first card I wanted to build around. I love the character. I love the card. I love the execution. I'm also a big fan of the Galadriel. Off the top of my head, I forget the epitaph after, but the Galadriel that cares about Scry. I love the art on this Gandalf the Grey. The Saruman is so cool too. The ability is wild. It's different than anything we've ever seen. Scene card, get it? And speaking of scene cards, here's Gandalf, Friend of the Shire. You know, noteworthy that this is going to my all-foil Azami deck because it's a wizard. And then here we have Gimli, Mournful Avenger. So the answer is I have a lot of favorite. You know, I love how Shadowfax was designed. Even though I'm not typically a red-white player, it's so well done. So it's hard to say what my favorite legend is. You know, I'm gonna play Aragorn, King of Gondor, I think is the last part of the Jeskai Aragorn. I'm gonna play in Canadian Highlander. It's just, there's so many good ones. Yeah, my first commander decks are going to be a blue-green Scry deck, helmed by Galadriel, and a Tom Bombadil deck. Probably featuring the Bath Song. Doing unboxings of your own product is so incredibly lame. This is an educational piece because we're talking through what all the different slots are. Also, I think it's important for fans ahead of pre-release weekend to have an idea about what they're opening. And other places do unboxings as well, and that's great and fine. And I think people should be able to get that information about what the product looks like from multiple sources. So I'm going to be one of them. Plus, it's fun, man. Grima, Sauron's Footman. So that is a commander card. Elrond, Lord of Rivendell. You can't keep mentioning Canadian Highlander without inviting Ben Wheeler on the show. It's a Canadian law or something. Ben Wheeler's been on the show. Ben Wheeler has been on the show. I've been on his show too. I was on North 100 once. Foil scene cards, yep. Just again, to re-emphasize, foil scene cards, that slot. Ooh, and then Fangorn. And then this, again, foil scene card. So 3 possible slots where you can get scene cards. So non-foil, foil common or uncommon, foil rare or mythic. So there are 3 possible scene cards in any given collector booster. What have I opened so far? We're 18 minutes into the show, so I've only done collector boosters. After we get through this collector booster box, we'll do some set and draft boosters as well. Is there a reason why Karakas is printed as a commander card when it's not legal in Commander? So we use commander legality and eternal legality sort of interchangeably. And Karakas just made a ton of sense as, oh gosh, I'm forgetting, is it Minas Tirith? Or is it the White Tower? I'm forgetting what it represents. Someone in chat will correct me, but though it's not legal in Commander, it is legal in, hey, Canadian Highlander. I keep mentioning that format. It's actually a really big player in Canadian Highlander. It's also legal in Legacy, of course, and casual games. And so we're not going to have another set that's like Lord of the Rings, not Commander, but Eternal legal. So I know that when picking the cards for the box toppers, they really wanted to match up the Magic card with the place in Lord of the Rings or the artifact in that case. Got a little Witch King there. Not so little Witch King, I should say. Call of the Ring. So why is something not legal in Commander in that? Because it was really cool. because it was really cool and people will play it in other places. And again, actually, wait, no, I didn't. Never mind. So this is Homeward Path. This is again one of the realms and relics, a realm in this case. Voracious Fellbeast for the non-foil scene. Faramir Field Commander for the uncommon foil fancy. And then Sauron, Lord of the Rings. So you notice this, so this is an extended, I saw the question earlier, can you get foil extended commander cards? Here is one of them. All right, this pack represents halfway through. They could simply reprint a Caracas version that doesn't bounce opponents' legends, so it only bounces yours. It wouldn't be a reprint, but you know, that is a possible way to introduce that effect to Commander. What is the pull rate for surge foils? I would have to check the legal text, because I am not sure off the top of my head. But it's printed on the box, and I believe so. A lot of the information I'm talking about as well is going to be found in the Collecting Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle Earth, the Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle Earth article, which it's available on WeeklyMTG, but it was put up a few weeks ago, so you're probably better off just Googling Collecting Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle Earth. Warrior Marauder. Really powerful goblin here. Balrog. Samwise Gamgee. Spiteful Banditry. Excellent scene card. We got foil scene card, followed by foil rare scene card, Orcish Bowmasters. Another card people are talking about for Eternal formats. Love the set. Thank you for everyone's hard work. Yep, absolutely. Like, you know, I had nothing to do with making the set. I just get to talk about it after the fact, but it's just so cool. It really is. And so we've been sharing kudos with the Studio X team all over the place. Everyone who designed these cards just did an amazing job. Some uncommons here. Oops. Where do we get the two promo Gandalf and Saruman cards? Play events. So if you, again, look up where to play the Lord of the Rings, where to play the Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle Earth. That will have details on the Gandalf and Saruman play promos. All right, one ring to rule them all. Sharky, Tyrant of the Shire. Champions of Minas Tirith. Monarch card. We got a Legolas. Boromir, Warden of the Tower. Sneaky powerful card. And then Mirkwood Bats. Gothmog, Morgul Lieutenant. Again, foil scene card. And Nobilis Sackville Baggins, foil scene card. Love the foil scene cards. What can you tell us about the draft archetypes? We'll talk a little bit about the draft archetypes when we open up the draft boosters. But what you're going to see are that a lot of, we'll talk about some of the uncommon sign bones. Yeah, we'll talk about those when we get there. We'll get through these, and then we'll go to draft boosters. Where are we at? 1025. All right. Born Upon a Whim. Fealty to the Realm. So here's one of the Nazgul. So this is the first one we've opened in this slot. So this is to show Again, the non-foil ring slot, uncommon ring slot, can also include Nazgul. And there are 9 Nazgul. And then this one, we haven't gotten many of these, but this is one of the borderless lands. And then we get uncommon non-foil scene card, uncommon foil scene card. Oh, there it is. There's my boy. Oh, look at how that shines. Just this otherworldly light coming from Tom Bombadil. Godbard. This card's just so perfect. I love that for everyone, the ring scene is some really like deeply troubling or negative or difficult moment. And then Tom Bombadil's just like, ha, I'm Tom Bombadil. Yeah. All right. Couple more of these real quick. Have I pulled the best card in the set? East Farthing Farmer. I don't know, Shivam. We'll keep an eye out. I don't know if it's the best card in the set, but the art's fantastic, right? Is Goldberry in the set? Yes, Goldberry is in the set. We haven't opened one yet, but Goldberry is a rare blue creature that moves around counters and works very well with Tom Bombadil's Saga theme. Yeah, someone just says these land cards. So this is one of the non-foil versions of the box topper. So this is a Manamo reimagined as Dol Amroth. Got Lost Isle Calling, the Scene, Peregrine Took, and then foil Gandalf the Grey. This might be some of my favorite. This might be my favorite art in the set. It's just such an epic moment for Gandalf. I love that art. Can you pull non-foil box toppers in set boxers or just collectors? Just collectors, I believe. I could be wrong about that. Let me double check that before I go further. Set boosters, rare mythic, traditional foil, wildcard, borderless scene, or showcase ring. Does not look like you can get them in scene or in set. Okay. All right. Shire Terrace. Fire for Thunk. What happens if you open the one of one ring? I die right here on the spot. Radagast the Brown. I love Radagast just as a character and card. Radagast just kind of doing his own thing. Ooh, a Weathertop. Deserted Temple. Love that. Foray of Orcs. Foil Mirkwood Bats. Aragorn Company Leader. All right, another foil scene card, fantastic. All right, 2 more collector boosters and then let's move on to draft or set boosters. All right, Orcish Army card, or token I should say. Food. All right, foils. 3, 4. uncommons, foil map lands. He's so delighted. So delighted. Horn of Gondor down here. Saruman the White Hand right here. Commander card. Gollum Patient Plotter. Faramir. Knights of Dol Amroth. Quick Beam, Upstart Ent, followed by Mount Doom. So this is, yeah, the borderless land cards. All right, last one. Who's your favorite historic content creator? Give us a top 5. I do not know the answer to that. And there's 0 chance I am playing favorites. All right, common, 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 uncommon, uncommon. Another mountain. Q&A is so bad, only answering convenient questions. So many years in business, still bad PR. Why did I read that question? Because it's an inconvenient question, and I'm not answering only convenient questions. I don't know what that's referring to. I'm answering as many questions as I can, but I'm also looking at the cards. I can't keep my eye on the screen and do both. But I appreciate the feedback. All right, we got Barad-dûr, Wizard's Rockets, Foil Nasty End, and Mines of Moria. All right, let's do, all right, chat, set or collector boost, or sorry, set or draft boosters. What's next? What would you like to see? What would be helpful as we head into pre-release weekend? Where, by the way, you can purchase all of these at your local game store. Set, draft. Oh, we're about half and half. Set, draft. It's literally going 50-50. Set, draft, set. Someone's got to break this. I'm draft. I know we do. Draft. All right, draft broke the tie. Draft went first there. I'm calling it there. Calling it there. We'll do set. We will do set as well. We got enough time to do both. When is pre-release weekend? It starts this weekend. So if you have not already signed up for pre-release at your local game store, you should do that now. There are limited slots at stores, and so you'll want to call ahead, sign up, and make sure that you have your place reserved. What will happen to these specific cards when you're finished today? We hand them up to the team, my team, the folks who work for me. What is your favorite art card from the set? Art, you know, I was talking about, so here's Green Dragon name. I think it's the ring version of the blue-red Gandalf. It's just such an epic moment. That I think that's my answer. There's so much good art in this set. It's amazing. I'm collecting all of the scenes. So if you want to talk about you know, individual card art, it's definitely that. It's probably that Gandalf. You know, if I think about it a bit, maybe it's something else. But I love the scenes. The scenes are amazing. All right. I'm guessing you're keeping the foil tom. I might be keeping the foil tom. All right, let's look at the drafting type. So, Arwen's Gift. This spell costs 1 less to cast if you control 2 or more legendary creatures. So there are, in this set, a bunch of things that key off of having legendary creatures, because there are not only more legendary creatures in this set than might be normal, but also the one ring, or sorry, the ring tempts you makes a creature legendary when it has the ring, which makes sense. Let's see. Greyhaven's Navigator. I'm also just going to be biased towards the Scry archetype, but we'll see. So we're going to do pack 1, pick 1 here. Birthday Escape. Nice little Ring Tempts You card. Lothlorien Lookout. Now for Wrath, now for Ruin. March from the Black Gate. Butterbur Bree Innkeeper. Making food every turn. We got a Golem, Patient Plotter, and a There and Back Again. And then we got those and those. Okay. In a draft, There and Back Again's pretty strong. I think it's hard to pass on that. If it's hard to hear, I probably just need to speak up a little bit. But I could also see Butterbur Bree Innkeeper. So this is what we call an uncommon signpost card. Obviously, if you know draft, you know those pretty well. And if you don't, if this is your kind of first time drafting, pay attention to these powerful uncommon gold cards, because what they're meant to do is put you in a direction. So what this tells you is that the white-green archetype is all about food. And this one makes food every turn if you don't already control food. So it's actually a very powerful card for the white-green archetype. Now, I'm one who likes to keep my options open in that first one. You know, Golem Patient Plotter is pretty good, but probably better in Constructed. You know, Aaron Forsyth last week was on the show, and he talked about the fact that Amass is probably better than you think it is. So March from the Black Gate might be the best card. When it enters the battlefield and whenever an army you control attacks, Amass Orcs 1. So you could start building an Amass deck, you could do a food deck, or you could take the powerful rare and take There and Back Again. For me, I really want to try the food archetype. I would maybe take that. But to stay monocolored, I'd probably take either March from the Black Gate or There and Back Again. Yeah, March from the... I think I'm charmed by There and Back Again, but I think March from the Black Gate might just be one of those really powerful uncommons. Anytime an army attacks, you amass an orc. Seems pretty strong. Seems pretty strong. All right, let's do another pack one, pick one. All right, so Treason of Isengard. Make sure that's there. One of the Amass cards we've been talking about. More Amass. Captain of Umbar. Looter, Protector of Gondor. Make some humans. Brandywine Farmer. Create food tokens. War Beast of Gorgoroth. Amass. Claim the Precious is probably number one right now, so this set's version of Murder with upside. It's not an instant, it's a sorcery, but still obviously very strong. Many Partings. Build a Pony, best card in the set, right there, taking it. Build a Pony is actually a very strong card. I was kind of joking because I love Build a Pony, but it is actually a really strong card, especially in the food archetype. So Book of Miserable is an Amass card. Horses. Ooh, Elrond, Master of Healing. All right, so Elrond is absurdly strong in the Scry deck. Whenever you Scry, put a +1/+1 up to X, target creatures where X is the blah, 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 blah. And if those creatures get targeted by anything, you get to draw a card. So I think here your options are Elrond or, yeah, Murder with Set Mechanic, which is what Claim the Precious is. What is an army? Great question. So, it's one of the set mechanics, so Amass Orcs. Now, we have seen this before with Amass that created zombie armies, and it's the same mechanic. So, it creates a token, it creates a 0/0. Let's see, do we have one of the tokens? Okay. It creates one of these tokens. Whenever you amass orcs, you create an orc army. It's a 0/0, but you'll always amass with a number of +1/+1 counters. So for instance, Treason of Isengard amasses 2. So you get a 2/2. Now, if you already have an army, the next time you amass, instead of creating another token, you build up on the army you have. So if you have an army that's a 2/2 and you amass orcs 1, you would then add a +1/+1 counter. Is Amass only on black mana? Nope. So this isn't a mass card right here. This isn't a mass card over here. Black, blue, and red. I don't think there are any amass cards in white or green. So anyway, yeah, I think the strongest cards in this pack are Claim the Precious, Elrond, and honestly Bill. I think Claim the Precious is probably better than Bill. So I think depending on your strategy, I would take Elrond just because the Scry archetype looks like a blast. And also you got the ring frame, which is cool. And Elrond is one of the stronger cards in that Scry archetype. So I would probably risk it, but I would not fault anyone for taking Murder with Set Mechanic. All right, let's do one more of these, and then we'll do some set boosters. Can you get foil versions of the Commander deck cards in set or collectors? In collector boosters, yes. Gimli's Fury. Bow. Swarming of Moria. Mordor Muster. Mindful Storm. Westfold Rider. Mushroom Watchdogs. Surrounded by Orcs. Mirkwood Bats. Foray of Orcs. Shire Sheriff. Quick Beam, Upstart Ent. Press the Enemy. Ooh, and we got a foil Fangorn. All right. So the most powerful card is Fangorn, but it's also the most expensive. And, you know, talking with Aaron Forsyth last week, you can draft Tree Folk, but it's not going to be a major archetype. So, you know, Fangorn is more a card meant for like a Tree Folk commander deck or something similar. In this case, I think Foray of Orcs, which is, so those have been playing a long time like me. It's kind of like a little tiny Flame Tongue Kavu. So you amass Orcs 2, and then it deals X damage to a creature an opponent controls, where X is the amassed army's power. So absolute minimum, it creates a 2/2 and deals 2 damage to something, which can be a 2-for-1. It can be fairly strong. If you're amassing a larger army, you can kill bigger things. So in a deck that's dedicated to amassing Orcs, it's really powerful. So I would say probably Foray of Orcs. You could also make a strong argument for Shire Sheriff, which especially in the white-green food archetype can often just trade a food for their creature. Banishing Priests and that stuff are often very strong, and Shire Sheriff is pretty strong. What day can you buy this at your local game store? Starting this weekend with the pre-release. The ring token, yes. Are you right in thinking it has a rip top? Yeah. So you can kind of see it, but here, I'll just do this. So you can see perforations. So and then the point is that you can take this, and there's a creature. Mushroom Watchdogs, Ring Bearer. I gave the ring to Mushroom Watchdogs. Mushroom Watchdogs would make their way into Mount Doom in no time. The Fellowship would have succeeded so much faster. That's not true. All right, let's do set boosters. Make sure we get to that. When are the Ultra Pro playmats being revealed? I think Ultra Pro's already done that. Yeah, that one ring, it's really handy. And it's got, and you know, it's worth noting, of course, that it's got what the stages of the ring are, and then the instructions for what happens on the back. So, super handy. All right. Why does the logo of the set have that triangle underneath? Not sure what that's referring to. Why does the logo of the set have the triangle underneath? Not 100% sure what that's referring to. Maybe? Unclear. I mean, the triangle down here is what we use for Universes Beyond. All right. Oh, this is a nice box topper. Bridge of Khazad-dûm, also known as Ensnaring Bridge. Love this card. One of my all-time favorite cards. Put that over there. All right, set boosters. So let's go over what is in set booster. The triangle behind the ring in the set indicator. So you're talking about the this. I am not sure what that is supposed to represent. I see what you're talking about now. You know what? Because I have not talked to the team who designs the set logos about that. So I honestly do not know the answer to that. All right, so set boosters. We've got art cards. So some of them will be signed. This one is not. Then we get basic land. So this basic land can be a normal basic land like this, or it can be a map land. Okay. And then we get 3 commons. We got some Eagles in the North, Escape from Orthanc, and then Isolation. Look at that. 3 uncommons. Love how these are telling a little story. And then the Grey Havens. This is a really powerful uncommon. Great card. Uncommon. Oh, so these are 2 wild cards. We got some uncommons here. We got a scene card. And we got a rare or mythic. And then a traditional foil that can be any rarity. And then the token. All right. Do you know when the tournament's planning for MagicCon Barcelona will be published online? I do not know off the top of my head. Okay. Art card. Putting these over here. And you can get, as you can see, foil basic lands in this slot. And then here we're going to do this. Uncommons, or sorry, commons. Nope, common. Uncommon. Okay, then we're down here. Here. Saga, okay. That explains why that was a little out of order. All right, like that. And then some of them come with these little mini games, which are Lord of the Rings themed, so Battle of the Hornburg in this case. When will it be announced what the next Pro Tour is after Barcelona? There will be one in 2024. Still finalizing details on that. But we are looking at announcing that sometime soon. Art card. Okay, and here you see, in this case, we got a foil map land. What happens if you or another Wizards employee accidentally opens the 1-of-1 ring on camera? Well, I'm the only one opening product on camera that's live, so we've already dodged that. But no, the plan was it would be donated to charity. All right, love Reprieve. One of my favorite cards in the set. It's a better remand. Faramir Field Commander. And we got some. Yeah, I'm messing up the order of these. All right, there we go. Lash of the Balrog. Scene card. There and back again. And then foil Last March of the Ents. And we'll put that over there. When will we be getting more info about Commander Masters? So our next Commander Masters moment is going to be the debut, because we've already done the first look. And so that is going to be happening, oh man, off the top of my head. I literally just had a meeting about this. It's next month, I think. Yeah, it's July 11th. July 11th is the debut for Commander Masters. Butterbury Innkeeper. Peregrine Took. No. Pippin and Mary. Right next to each other where they belong. Scene card. Gloin. And okay, so this answers the question. Can you get these in foil? And yes, you can. Look at that. Let's see. All right, what time is it? 10:50. All right, so we got about 10 minutes left. What would you all like me to open? I can continue with set boosters. We can go back to draft boosters and talk about drafting, or I can go back to opening collector boosters. We did not open the One Ring. I love that that's everyone's question. Let's see, set, collector, 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 draft, collector, collect. All right, looks like collector is a clear winner, so we're gonna do that. All right, with the 9 minutes we have left. I will also, as we head towards the end, I'll note we're off next week because I'm on vacation. Put that over there. We'll move this. When will we get more information about the, so I assume you're talking about the holiday release. So we're going to talk more about that coming up. So if you want to learn about upcoming Magic things, we've actually got a bunch of opportunities to learn about stuff. So I'm saying stuff and things because there's a bunch of information coming. We are going to be at MagicCon Barcelona with the preview panel. We are going to be at Gen Con with a big panel about the future of Magic and announcements of upcoming sets, all that sort of jazz. We're going to have a couple panels at SDCC, and then we've got MagicCon Vegas coming in September. So those are kind of the big moments coming up if you want to learn about Magic product. All right, we got Isengard, Saruman's Fortress for the Box Stopper, also known as Boseiju, who shelters all. We'll have a fun vacation. Thanks. Haven't seen a copy of the One Ring as a regular Mythic. You know, we have not opened the. So we've been using the One Ring as shorthand for the One of One ring. But yeah, we have not opened the One Ring yet. Just the card, the One Ring. Some uncommons. All right, Swamp, foil there and back again. Lotho, Corrupt Sheriff, unabashedly love that card. Gandalf, Westward Voyager. Ooh, nice. And it's a Bag End, also known as a Horizon Canopy. Scene, Legolas, Master Archer. More scene cards, and then a foil Orcish Bowmaster. Do the bundles only include one bundle alt art promo? Is it possible to get all the scenes in the art cards? I believe the answer to number 2 is no, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So we'll have to get that answer later. And then, do the bundles only include one bundle scene art card? Let's do a little. I want to make sure my answer is correct. So the Mount Doom, the full Mount Doom scene is found. No, so the bundle includes all 4 cards. I'll just read straight from the article. In both products, you will get all 4 borderless scene cards in traditional foil to make the 2x2 Mount Doom scene. If you have questions like that, yeah, I'm happy to answer them here, and that's the whole point of this stream. But also for more details, or if I don't answer a question, or if you leave this stream and you still have questions, or if you just want the source of information, definitely look up Collecting the Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle-earth. And it has all the details in there. So when I pulled that information, I pulled it straight from that article. What happens to the cards we're opening here? Keep some of them. Give some to producer Sean, people who work for me. Kind of spread the love around. Barador, nice. Who was the art director and what was it like working with the Tolkien estate in regards to the art? That would be a great question for... So the art director was a video who was on the show 2 weeks ago, and he talked a bit about it there. So if you want, you can go look up the show from, what's today's date? 6/13, so 5:30. The Weekly MTG show from 5:30, a video was the art director. So he would be a good one to talk to. Or listen to. He's done some interviews as well, so if you Google him and The Lord of the Rings, you'll find some spots where he talks about his experience. Will more panel space open at Gen Con? It will not, but we will be sharing a video of the panel content as well. So it's not going to be secret information for those who can make the panel. We will share it with everyone. And see, again, just to reemphasize, you can get the extended commander cards in this final slot in foil. All right, last pack, and then that's our show. So I appreciate everyone tuning in. I love these shows. I love just cracking packs, getting to talk about Magic. When is the first look for Doctor Who? At MagicCon Barcelona. So the answer to the question, when is the first look for X set, is almost always going to be at a MagicCon from here on out. Second breakfast. Ooh, foil reprieve. Elven Chorus. I think this card's going to be fantastic in Commander. Ring goes south. Lidless Gaze. Gimli, Counter of Kills. Witch King. Elephant. Gimli. And Lobella. Sackville Baggins. All right. Is Doctor Who a full set or just a Commander release? It is a Commander release. All right. I am out of time. I do see some more questions in chat, but I gotta go. The show's over. It's been an hour. I appreciate you hanging out with me for an hour, opening packs, talking about Magic the Gathering and The Lord of the Rings. Reminder that tickets for MagicCon Barcelona go on sale this Thursday coming up, and we have some information about that on magic.gg today, which has a bunch of information about panels and events and that sort of thing. And the highlight of that is, of course, the 100K Limited Open at MagicCon Las Vegas, which is a 3-day event, and first prize gets $20,000. There are at least 8 Pro Tour invites up for grabs in that event as well. Head to magic.gg to find out more information about that. We are off next week because I'm going to take a vacation and go away and enjoy myself and my family for a little bit. But we'll come back to you after that. I'll miss you. You're great. And I'll see you in 2 weeks. Thanks for joining.